Craving for my boss's length. Pregnant Lust 3. Pregnancy Erotica, Lactation Erotica, Age Gap Erotica. Written by Millie King. Narrated by Kline. Craving for my boss's length. Pregnant Lust 3. Pregnancy Erotica, Lactation Erotica, Age Gap Erotica. Mondays were always slow in Mr. Whip's. Mr. Johnson had owned the ice cream parlor almost all of my life, and if I was ever short on money, he'd always have some hours lined up for me. He worked another job that brought in the bulk of his income, but Mr. Whip's was always close to his heart. Being pregnant, it meant my workload was kind of limited, but it's not exactly taxing sitting behind a counter all day and eating ice cream. At 19, it was the easiest job I'd ever had. The second trimester brought with it two things: insatiable cravings for food and a horniness I'd never experienced before. Both urges were strong, but I couldn't always satisfy them. That morning, I had a big craving for ice cream topped with all kinds of junk. I sat heavy on the stool and stared at the machine, fighting with my will and losing the battle instantly. Just one, I told myself, standing up and grabbing a small pot. I scooped the ice cream into the bowl, biting my lip and beginning to salivate. Food and my arousal seemed inexplicably linked, and as my stomach ached for its impending satisfaction, so too did my pussy. I sprinkled the candy on top of my small creamy mountain, and then settled back into the chair, sliding the spoon around the edge of the ice cream and savoring the meal to come. The second it touched my lips, I let out a groan. Thank God the shop was empty, because the moans from behind the counter would surely have given cause for concern. It's not exactly natural to hear the kind of guttural cries of pleasure that were escaping me. I was halfway through the bowl when I heard the ring of the door as it opened. I looked up in a flash and stowed the bowl beneath the counter, spying Mr. Johnson as he walked into the store, all smiles.
"How's my favorite pregnant member of the staff?"
he asked. "I'm your only pregnant member of the staff, Mr. Johnson." He walked across the tiled floor, dressed in his dark blue business suit and brown shoes.
"Good day?"
he asked, wrapping his hands on the counter. "Quiet," I confessed. Then Mr. Johnson's brow furrowed as he looked at my face.
"Served any ice cream today? Or are you just eating it?"
he said. "Huh?"
"Your lips,"
he said, pointing to his own. I followed his finger as he rubbed it along his bottom lip. Then I did the same and felt the wet cream that had escaped my mouth. I started to turn red.
"What have I told you, Angie?"
"But it's so good," I whined. "And I'm so pregnant."
"You can't keep using that as an excuse."
He leaned over and wiped his thumb on my lip. He smelled good today. It was a kind of oaky citrus scent that seemed to play havoc with my tumultuous emotions. I felt a pang of aching arousal in my pussy again, announcing itself, as always, at the most inappropriate times. My cheeks flushed red, and I swallowed hard, gripping the counter.
"Angie,"
he said, suddenly worried. He hopped quickly around the other side of the counter and came to my aid. "It's fine," I said, taking several deep breaths.
Are you...
"It's nothing," I said. "It'll pass." He had a hand on my shoulder, and that really wasn't helping matters. The closer his proximity, the greater the arousal seemed to rise.
"Are you sure you're okay?"
he said, stepping towards me and putting another hand on my stomach. I mewed and placed my hand on his, holding it against my swollen belly and feeling my pussy become swollen too. "It's fine," I hushed, interlocking my fingers with his and holding him against me. Mr. Johnson said nothing. In the silence, all I could hear was our deep breaths. With my eyes closed, they sounded as though they could have been straight out of a steamy rump. But when I opened them, the reality of the scenario came flooding back. "He's your boss," I said.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?